Welcome, everyone. I am Susan Brady. Thank you for joining me today. So, summer is here, and I am really excited to finally have some warm weather. I'm excited about the sunshine, the beach days, and the barbecues. So, grilled foods, your meat, fish, vegetables, it's certainly a delicious summertime tradition. Unfortunately, grilling food can also be really hard on your health. The hot flames from the grill react with our foods and generate a substance called Advanced Glycation End Products. So, Advanced Glycation End Products, also commonly known as AGEs. And AGEs can certainly lead to aging because they cause damage to our bodies and our bones. So I'm going to share with you some simple things that you can do to minimize the ages produced by grilling so that you can have both a happy and healthy summer. So first I want to explain what these advanced glycation end products are. So these ages, they can be formed in a couple different ways. They form in our bloodstream when proteins and fats are exposed to sugars. And this causes a reaction called glycation. And glycation is the chemical bonding of sugar with fats and proteins. And I kind of look at it in my mind as it creates a very sticky, gooey substance. Now, these ages can also be formed in foods when they are exposed to high heat. And this happens through something called the Maillard reaction. So, with the Maillard reaction, a chemical reaction occurs between amino acids in proteins and the heat from cooking. And this results in the browning of food. And that's what gives our grilled foods that delicious smell and that delicious taste. But this browning process results in ages. So the amino acids in protein, when they're exposed to heat, causes this browning. And unfortunately, when you see the browning on food, it means that these ages have been produced. So why is this bad? Why are we worried about these ages and how they affect our body and our bones? Well, number one, they cause high levels of oxidation and inflammation in the body, which in turn damages our DNA, it damages our tissues, it damages our bones. And then these ages themselves, they bind to the surface of our cells and they can damage our cells as well as alter the function of our cells. And when these ages accumulate in the tissues of our body, they can contribute to a wide range of diseases. So they can contribute to diabetes, brain issues like cognitive decline and memory loss, neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. They can contribute to cardiovascular disease, to kidney disease, and they can contribute to musculoskeletal diseases. So these ages can accumulate in our bones, in our joints, in our muscles, and then they play a role in developing osteoporosis, osteoarthritis, and sarcopenia, which is a term for muscle wasting that occurs with ages. So, like many of you, I want to be able to enjoy a nice grilled steak or a hamburger or grilled salmon or a piece of barbecue chicken this summer. So, how can we enjoy these foods while limiting these ages? That's the question. First, it's important to know that meats that are higher in protein and fats are the most likely to form ages during the cooking process. Whereas carbohydrate rich foods such as fruits and vegetables and whole grains, they actually create lower amounts of ages when they're cooked. The second thing to note is that the higher the heat, the greater the amount of ages that are produced. So steaks that are char-broiled over, a flaming high heat will have the greatest amount of ages. So there are a couple things that you can do to reduce the amount of ages that are produced when you're grilling. So number one, buy leaner cuts of meat and trim the meat of any visible fat. The less fat the meat has, the less flaming and the less charring. You can also remove the skin from poultry, chicken breasts and thighs. That can also reduce age formation. Or if you wanted to cook the chicken with the skin on it, then just take the skin off before you eat it. That's okay too. It is best to avoid the sugary sauces, the sugary barbecue sauces, because the more sugar you have, the more glycation will occur and the greater amount of the ages that are produced. Instead, look for an acid-based marinade or make one yourself that contains lemon or other citrus fruits or vinegars. The acidity in these type of marinades can help reduce the accumulation of ages in the food. And you also want to cook your foods over medium heat instead of high heat. Now, you're going to have to cook it a little longer, but the lower heat is going to reduce the amount of ages produced. And if you have a grill that has two racks, put your meats on the upper rack of the grill farther away from those really hot flames. And then that way they won't get charcoal burned. And then lastly, make sure you pair your proteins with vegetables and fruits. Vegetables and fruits can offset the ages that you're getting in these protein-rich foods because they are a rich source of phytonutrients, which are natural antioxidants and can diminish the effects of the oxidation that can occur from these ages, particularly leafy greens, because they can actually prevent the formation of ages in the body. So I love to grill and I plan to grill this summer, and I certainly don't want to discourage you from grilling because, grilling means eating outdoors, spending time with family and friends, which is really, really important. But remember these grilling techniques that can help to lower the amount of ages that are being created in your food. And then make sure you pair your grilled protein with a big summer salad, lots of vegetables, and that way you can ensure that you will have both a healthy and happy summer. Thank you for joining me today. I'd love to hear your questions and comments. I'd also love to hear if anyone out there has an acid-based marinade for grilling that they like. I'm always looking for new recipes and great recipes. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you have a very healthy rest of your week. And thanks again for joining me.